The Chief Minister said the final figure was not available and that he wasn't going to be baited into giving a ballpark figure. When Roy Clinton said the estimates pointed to a deficit of at least £500,000, Fabian Picardo accused the opposition member of being anti-GMF.
Festival. He doesn't believe that we should be holding a Gibraltar Music Festival, and he's probably therefore not going to want to congratulate the government for the magnificent deal that we have been able to do with MTV, which has been ushered in by the Minister for Culture, with the former Minister for Tourism, Samantha Sacramento, doing a considerable amount of work, which is now going to produce for Gibraltar, in the context of the music festival this year, the advertising value that will be measured in many millions of pounds, because we're going to benefit from exposure on MTV and the advertisement of the Gibraltar tourist product around the world, not just in MTV in the United Kingdom, in MTV in Europe, but also on MTV channels and derivative channels in the United States and around the world. So, Mr. Speaker, I could not disagree more with every aspect of the premise of his question, in particular his enmity for the Gibraltar Music Festival.
However, Roy Clinton remained unconvinced.
Mr. Speaker, what a wonderful speech. I have no particular aversion to music or even to the music festival. What I have an aversion to, Mr. Speaker, is the misuse of taxpayers' money, in which last year they blew £2.25 million on the music festival, and this last year they were due to blow £500,000 on the music festival. But he can't tell us how much was actually spent. So, Mr. Speaker, I will wait for the Honourable Mr. Bossano's half-year numbers to September, and hopefully they will include those numbers. But in the meantime, Mr. Speaker, I would ask the Chief Minister to perhaps invest a little bit more time and effort in getting the music festival to make a profit.
The Chief Minister denied the government blew money and said Roy Clinton would fail the people of Gibraltar if he took Gibraltar back to the cultural desert that existed under the GST. In answer to questions from independent opposition member Madeleine Hassan Naon, the Minister for Culture, Stephen Linares, said MTV had seen the value of the GMF as a family event. He added the lure of exposure for artists meant acts could be attracted to perform at cheaper rates. He said the concept would be exactly the same and assured those who'd grown the festival that they'd continue to be a part of it.
The people of Gibraltar, and I can assure all the people who have been involved in the GMF, that they will continue to be involved in the GMF. It's not a question of MTV taking over the GMF. It is an evolution.
His next comments could, however, be seen as contradictory, with Ms. Hassan Naon pointing out he couldn't give a commitment if it was out of the government's hands.
This is like a franchise, Mr. Speaker. When you have a franchise, you have quality control. MTV puts the quality control, and therefore it's MTV that contracts their companies.
The leader of the opposition participated in what, to the Speaker's annoyance, had become a mini-debate, asking about the financial arrangements with MTV. The investment will be the government's, with the Chief Minister saying it had contracted MTV.